Over the last few years, more and more video game developers have taken to sites like Kickstarter and Indiegogo to crowdfund their projects. This method has produced massive successes like the game Shovel Knight, and some straight up dumpster fires like the mighty number 9. Crowdfunding has also shown us it has the power to revitalize dormant franchises. The Shantae series is one such franchise that has been brought back by its fans' cash with the new game Shantae Half Genie Hero. Let's check it out and see if its return was worth the wait. Shantae Half Genie Hero is a side-scrolling platformer developed by WayForward Technologies, and it's out now for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Wii U, and Steam. This new entry into the series is something along the lines of both a reboot and a sequel. It assumes you know the characters already, so you can forget about the introductions. If you've never played a game in the series, it's simple enough to piece it all together right away. Shantae is half human, half genie, and as such she is the appointed guardian of Scuttletown. Using her genie powers, she protects the town from all the evil barons constantly wrecking the place, as well as from her pirate nemesis, Risky Boots. No spoilers here, but in this adventure, story kinda takes a back seat, and you're only made aware of the main conflict with about an hour or so left in the game. It's safe to say that the story is the game's weakest link, but that doesn't mean you should skip out on the dialogue. On the contrary, because while the characters aren't doing anything super important, they are crazy likable. There is tons of personality, humor, and charm flowing from the conversations you have with the townspeople, friends, and especially the enemies. The duo of the Hypno Baron and Squid Baron are hands down my favorite characters. Their interactions with Shantae are so lighthearted and silly, with lots of breaking the fourth wall, and when done well like it is here, it's always appreciated. Scuttletown is the game's hub world. Here you can go to the item shop to upgrade skills, bathhouse for hints, or if you want to go to the levels, you call on your friend Sky to take you to the select screen. On the surface, each level is a simple goal of going right until you reach the end, which is easier said than done because the platforming can get intense. Shantae can jump, use her hair for physical attacks, and her genie powers for magical attacks, but these are her more basic powers. Soon enough, you'll learn that by belly dancing, she can transform into a variety of animals. These are the highlights of the game and give the platforming way more depth. There are 14 transformations that can be found, and some will see a lot more use than others. The monkey will allow you to jump higher and cling to walls, the mermaid lets you swim underwater, and the harpy lets you fly in any direction. I found that these work best and got the most use. They make other forms like the crab and the bat obsolete since they are very similar, so why would you even include them? Seems like a waste. There were also forms that I never used at all, like the tree, the blobfish, and the gem jug. I think they should have gone with a less is more approach and put more focus on the fun forms that didn't get as much use, like the elephant. At the end of the levels, of course you are welcome to die in a boss fight. These can be tricky, as they take an old school approach of making you pay attention to subtle hints to divulge the boss's patterns. The tight controls will help you throughout, and while difficult, there's nothing unbeatable here. There are 6 levels total, and if that doesn't seem like a lot, well, that's because it isn't. However, you do go back into levels often to try and uncover hidden pathways and secret items that will help you progress. As you get new animal forms, new parts of the levels will become accessible to you. It gives you more areas and makes the levels feel fairly large. But there were times that I felt like I was just backtracking. Those were the few times in the game where it got a bit monotonous because it was a been there done that situation. Don't let all that take away from the fact that though there are a few levels, they are masterfully designed. They are both creative and challenging, bringing my hands to a tense sweat on multiple occasions. With all this video footage, you can easily see just how amazing this game looks. The graphics are one of the game's strongest suits, and with Half Genie Hero being the first outing in HD, the developers brought their A game. All the character designs have been updated, and they really outdid themselves with spectacular hand-drawn animations on 3D scrolling backgrounds. The colors are so bright and vivid, which are a perfect match for the style of both the look and the gameplay. One thing I've noticed is that with each new iteration, the Shantae games have leaned more towards an anime style. Some people may not like this, but I think there are plenty of other unique design elements in here to make up for it, especially all the awesome looking enemies and bosses. Not only did the game deliver from a graphical standpoint, the soundtrack is phenomenal too. Each track is a jam of massive proportions with some Arabian flair thrown in. There are also a lot of electric pop style songs that remind me of earlier Sonic the Hedgehog games. Specifically the song Counterfeit Mermaids, which is my favorite track of the bunch. The developers knew they had something special with the soundtrack, which is why if you bought a physical copy for the PlayStation 4 or Wii U, they included a CD with all the songs on it, and it will most definitely be a regular in my car CD player. yes, I still use a CD player. While the soundtrack is fantastic, some of the in-game sounds are less than stellar. I'd like to have heard full-on voice acting, but what we get is something that leaves much to be desired. Some characters will have voice acting for a few lines of dialogue here and there, mostly Shantae and Risky Boots, but for the most part, it's dialogue boxes. It's a tad disappointing because you get a small taste of how much better it could be with actual voice acting. The game took about 7 hours to 100% complete, and I'm sure it could be done faster by some people. There are only a few unlockables, like an art gallery, which does have a lot of wonderful concept art. What's really cool is they included a gallery of fan art, some of which isn't so good, but some is excellent, and it shows how much they appreciate their fans. You can also unlock a hero mode that lets you play the game from the start with all of the abilities, and another mode where you can play as Risky Boots. WayForward has even promised that there will be additional content for the game on the horizon, which is always nice to hear. Shantae Half Genie Hero is a great example of crowdfunding gone right. While a bit on the shorter side, it will certainly please fans of the franchise with its incredible look, sounds, and controls. And I actually think it's a good starting point for those new to the series. When you consider the price point of just $20, this is a game you'll definitely want to play, and I'd recommend spending a bit extra for the physical copy so you get the sweet soundtrack along with it. Thanks for watching everyone, I'll see you next time, and remember, it's all fun and games. Thanks for watching everyone. If you liked that video, why not check out my series Cheap Games, where I search for great video games under $10. And if you like what I'm doing, make sure you subscribe. Thanks again.